Well, good one, T Barnes. Jeez, now you left me alone. Ay, ay, ay. Well, I wonder if Professor Crank is it Crank or Crack? I don't know. I thought I seen Craig, but I hope he makes it. Uh, told me that this time was good, but I don't know. We'll see. Still got a whole lot of time for him to get here. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, how's everybody doing? Now, all two people that are here, or maybe not. I don't know. but my thing says I got two people. I don't know who the other person is, but I hope they can say hi. Oh, oh, he's here. Check it out. Cool. I'm glad he made it. Hey, hey, hey. Uh, you gonna wanna turn on your mic? Okay. Uh, you, Professor Crack, do you have a mic? Hmm. Oh, oh, oh. I think I hear something.
Do you hear me now?
Yes. What's up?
Shit.
You there?
You don't hear me now, eh?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I can hear you.
Wait, hang on. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm
Okay,
here.
now we're all right. All right. I couldn't get both the sound and your sound and my sound synced up, but we're good now. What's up, man?
What's up, buddy? Hey, man, I'm glad you made it.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? This is I was so ready to have you on the other week. This week has been terrible for me because I've had a whole bunch of things that had me away from YouTube. That, as you can see, my crowd is not here.
Oh yeah, yeah.
but
I
but
hear you.
but it's fine. I was like, you know what? I rather not, like, make it a big deal because I just I wanted you to get used to, like, like the stream yards and how it works and everything. And as a matter of fact, I was gonna tell you, um, you know how StreamYard works.
No, I've used it maybe once before, but that was like probably a year ago.
Okay,
Uh,
did you sign up, or did you just come in as a guest?
no, I just came in as a guest.
Okay, I will suggest to you to sign up. Then you don't have to do it now, but like when we're done, you go back and sign up. Let the 24-hour period pass, and then you can start going live on your uh, channel.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
Yeah, like I forgot to tell you this because I was gonna tell you this yesterday. I just kept getting a block in my head to tell you this, but I was gonna tell you to do that because now StreamYards allows me to live, like you can live with me and you can live on your channel too. Like, so this could have been like a live on your channel as well as mine. So, like, it'll be announced on your channel and all that stuff. So, like, that we don't have to do like the cross promotion stuff. You just be like popped up on your channel and people could just come on. I don't know if you got a chance to like share it out or anything like that, but it's cool if you didn't. No big deal. Like I said, I did this kind of like an improv too because I really wanted to get to know you, bro. Like I really liked everything that you've been doing so far. Like, I know you see me in the comments.
Yeah, yeah, and I appreciate that. I do.
I mean,
Yeah, for
I
sure.
if this means anything, I mean, I saw tones. I seen tones, and and Kick and well, not I can't say so much artist corporate fiction or Van Valiant, but I definitely seen Kick and Tones start off just like you. Like not even at 1,000 stubs. Getting started and everything, and just like you, like putting in the work and just blowing up after a while, dude. And you're right on the same track. You're right there.
Yeah, I hope so. I'm not super familiar with who you were speaking of, but
Oh, you
yeah, I
you
think
never
I'm
you
on
you,
my
you
way.
haven't seen Tones Overthinks It?
I've seen it, but like I haven't watched a ton of it, dude. I have, one thing is I was able to watch stuff, and then when I started making content, dude, I don't watch near as much because I work two jobs. I have a child. I have a lot going on, so it's been hard, but I am familiar, but just barely so. In fact, I want to say that came to my attention in the last week or so. Tones overthinks it.
Oh man, dude. And he'll be another one to tell you too. He has been living life as well. Like he's just like you, working hard and still trying to make videos. He even calls it his side thing, his hobby, because he doesn't even put he calls himself, what does he call himself? A part timer. He calls himself a part timer because he doesn't put as much, at least what he feels, enough work. I think he does
Mhm.
enough, but he'll tell you that he doesn't do enough. But
Right on.
but you guys, I mean, you're dead on, dude. Like, I think, and everybody, like Dummy Kruger. Dummy Kruger, you've heard of him?
Yep, I've heard of Dummy Kruger as
Oh,
well.
okay, well, Dummy Kruger. I can't say that I saw him when he was under like 3,000 subs. I think I heard of him when he was already over 3,000 subs. But he's like one of the first ones. Him and Tones were like one of the first ones that really had me cracking up. But I think you're one of the first ones that, other than SC, other than Schrodinger's cat, that you got me like, yes, right on. That's right. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm consistently like nodding my head to everything you're saying because I'm just like, yup, yup, yup. And I kid you not. I also tried to go down the route of creating my own content and stuff. I got technology issues. My job is working at a farm, so it's very difficult to have technology in my hands.
hmm
And
hmm
plus, I'm a Neanderthal when it comes to technology, so
Right.
I have trouble making videos, but I do like sharing my opinion and stuff like that. So I'm
Sure.
out there I'm out there in the comments, but dude, I love your takes like on Anselmo, um, and long and when you were talking about Long Island audits, right? And you were saying, like, man, how much it just takes energy out of you to watch his videos. It really does drag out of you, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And there's been two troll videos about me already, which really surprises me because, like, uh, they tore me apart at length. And one was only maybe 12 minutes. The other just came out the other day and it was like 40 minutes. And both times it was because whoever did it was defending Long Island audits. And I realized he's got probably from what I can tell among the frauditors, the most loyal fan base, at least in my opinion at this moment. So I'm
Well, I
definitely going to be going at him a lot more because I'm like, bring it on. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Um, to me, it's flattering. Like, one of the first things actually, I reached out to Frauditor Troll last November with the interest in doing a channel.
Mhm.
And I'm a journalist. I do local journalism. I've always been a writer. I do long form video interviews like in my
Really?
hometown. Yeah, just in my hometown. I keep it real quiet. But so I've been looking for a YouTube channel and I reached out to FT, and he gave me just enough knowledge to get rolling. I put it off for a couple months, but I was maybe 5 or 6 videos in, had a video that was like, had like 30 views, and Amagansett Press himself dropped a copyright strike on it. And I was like, holy shit, like, how do you even know I'm out here,
Yeah.
Um, So to me, that's flattering in a way to know that like I'm on their radar already, and it's motivating. So
Well, I like you're, and I would say yes. Take it as motivation, and also take it as you're actually saying real points that they don't want their audience to hear.
yeah,
Because I'll tell you something. Um, when I get on the comment section of these guys, and I have no qualms about taking on like a million people, dude. I mean, I've been on comment sections where I've got like everybody jumping on me because I've got a difference of opinion, right? But
hmm,
I'll consistently go at them. I'll consistently go at them, go at them, go at them, because I know that they're just gonna do the circular thing, right? They're
you're
not gonna
right.
they're not gonna make a point. They're gonna move the
Straw man
goalposts.
arguments.
Exactly. They
Yeah,
just keep they just keep doing that. And my thing is that I really don't care whether or not the person that I'm dueling with at the moment, is paying attention to me or not. It's for me. It's all the people that are watching this string.
yeah,
And if one or two people on that string decide, hey, you know what, this guy has a point. You know what I mean? And
hmm,
maybe I should go check out this side of the anti-frauders, or maybe I should just go look up this law or something like that.
yeah,
Then that's all I care about. And I
yeah,
think and I think they know that. So I'll tell you,
yeah.
before where I used to get on, and they would let me go on and on and on. Now it's like block, block.
Oh,
Um,
do they? They block you?
oh man, I
Yeah, I
have been
haven't
blocked. I've been blocked
resorted to that
nonstop.
much. I blocked a couple of commenters on my videos, but I'm talking like I've done 36 videos and I've blocked maybe two people, and they were just like, it's because I don't want anyone to like hijack a thread with just dumb shit. Like I don't
Right.
mind, the bootlicker comments and whatever. That's fine. But if you're just going to be on there and every other comment is your comment and it's the same dumb damn thing, it's just, I figured that's just where I started to draw my personal line. But you early when we first got started, you talked about now that you encouraged me to set it up. I did sign up, and maybe sometime this week we can do one of those if you have time. It seems like maybe you only do it on Sundays, but if not, maybe we can do a dual stream.
Oh no, I'm open, bro.
Okay.
I'm way more lenient with my time, because my stuff, like all my hard work happens like at 4 a.m. And I know it's a lot of people don't get up at 4 a.m., but
I see.
that's when my hard work happens. It's like from 4 a.m. to like about, I would say sometime the latest I go is like 12.
So you're like
And
3 hours behind me. What
yeah,
time is it where you're
yeah,
at?
I'm in the West Coast.
Okay, so it's like 11:30.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so if we could find something maybe one day where it's like 8 o'clock my time, 5 o'clock your time or something.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Whatever works.
This is all my content creators, which most of you guys are in the East Coast. I think only Tones is over here in the West, and a couple other guys. But most of you guys are in the East. I always tell you guys, on your time. My time is so like loose with the work that I do, that it's not even like basically, put it this way, it's almost like I can do whatever I want with my time. It's just there are sometimes when I'm a little bit more busier than others. Like there's just like
Yeah,
maybe once in a blue moon I have to do a little bit more work than other days. But most
sure.
of the time it's chia. You seed it and watch it grow.
Yeah. Well, it would be good to do it because you could kind of help me through my first one, because I've been wanting to do a live stream, but I put it off a little bit because anytime you do something the first time, you can expect to have some technical difficulties or some clunkiness, some awkwardness. But it would actually work out really nicely with you because you've done so many of them that I would have somebody to bounce off of for the first live stream I put out on my channel. Actually, that
Well, I
would
appreciate
probably,
that.
yeah, no, that'd be cool.
It would be an honor. I appreciate that, man. I try. I try and I do my best for my peoples, but sometimes it's like I guess it only works for a while.
Right on, right on.
But no,
Like I'm
I'm
a
here.
pretty like humble guy, and I bet a lot of my fans, if not most, are actually more up on what's happening in the frauditor world than I am. I just go look for some videos to react to, put them together, put them out, and keep it moving. So I I love having some fans, and especially having some kind of loyal, consistent ones now. That means a lot to me. It's very encouraging, and I'm very eager to hear from them. So I'm looking for a way to hear from them, to get some guidance from them, to get some education from them on certain topics, because I think that can only help me.
Well, dude, that is, and I can tell you right now, as far as like people that are humble and stuff like that, and I always try to like, like compare, like how frauditors act to how people who actually are smart act, and that is one of the most like humble statements I've heard. I want to connect with my people because I want them to help me learn more.
Right.
The fact that you're still looking for more education from me, that is a very good sign that you're going places, bro. Because it's like, like I'm not even trying to blow smoke up your ass or anything like that. Because like, it's refreshing to me, dude. For like hearing the way frauditors talk. You know what I mean? All day, every day. You know what I mean?
Right,
Talking about, I'm gonna give you an education. I'm gonna give you an education. Like it's like, dude. Half of the time, you guys don't know what the hell you guys are talking about,
right?
And then you're gonna tell somebody else that you're gonna give them an education, like, oh, it's
obnoxious.
It's very obnoxious, and they don't understand simple common courtesies. Like, you go to an officer and you tell them, what crime did I commit? Well, why don't you shut the hell up and let the officer speak? Let him explain the whole thing to you. Then when he's done, you can go ahead and have an opinion on it, but what he's told you is fact because he knows his job. He's probably done it longer than you've been a frauditor. I don't. Right. It's like that thing where I don't understand how they can't put those two together. Right. They think they know so much because they saw some YouTube videos and they read some stuff on some anti-cop webpage.
Exactly, and I'm definitely. It's been my desire to be in it for like the long run. And I don't know. My only fear is I try to pay attention to all of YouTube's policies and make sure that, I don't do anything that's going to violate and get me in trouble and get the channel taken or shut down. So I'm trying to be really careful with all that. But at the same time, I try to go at my targets pretty hard. I'm not super profane or anything.
You don't have to be.
I go pretty hard at them. And, yeah, I mean, we'll see. Like, I'm excited about it. I don't know what direction ultimately I'll go in. There's two thoughts that come to my mind right now. One, I'm pretty excited to hit 1,000. I'm coming up on 1,000, and I want to see what that looks like when I finally get to that monetization point. Just what YouTube starts to do with me at that point.
Oh, dude, I'm I'll be cranking out your channel, sharing it out. Hopefully, you get it. I mean, dude, I'm like, come on, 100.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. I expect I'm at like 790 something, and I'm gonna try to jam out a lot this week. I'm trying to get there by the end of the week, so I'm going to put out as much as I can and try to build a little wave this week of momentum. But, the name itself, Professor Crack, I understand that people are going to run with that on the other side and make all the crackhead comments. I'm used to that because the fact is I'm a recovering addict, right?
There you go.
There is a reason I kind of built that into the name. Now, crack was not my drug of choice. I was actually more a struggled with heroin addiction, but I just so happened to get arrested with the tiniest bit of crack cocaine, and that's what actually started the journey to like turn things around. So I know it's just a little thing, but I look forward to doing some live streams and having some opportunities to kind of open up with the audience and like let them learn more about me.
This is one of the main reasons why I didn't want to go all out with like sharing this one out. I figured because I did hear you say, like in some of your videos, I think maybe one or two, you said, like you struggled with addiction, and let me be one of the first people to tell you, me too. I had my time too. I still smoke weed. I don't really consider it the same, like as the time when I was doing cocaine, but like I'll tell you right now, dude. Like just like you, I went through that period in my life, and like I kicked it, and like congratulations to you to be able to come back from that, dude.
And you, yeah, you as well. And I don't judge anybody. Like I'm super liberal. I do a lot of work. I do like street outreach for the homeless, and I do harm reduction things. So I don't care what anybody does. If you can use crack and heroin and meth and have a productive life and take care of your family and not rob and steal from people, so be it. I actually think a lot of these drugs should be put for like sale in like drugstores, right? That's a whole different topic. I don't want to
No, it's
get
fine.
too political, but
No, dude. Let me tell you something. This channel is for everything.
yeah,
It was part of my very first episode that I did. I said I made this channel so that I would not have to worry about mincing my words, about
mhm.
being somebody who has to be like, oh, I don't know what I want to talk about and stuff like that. If we go down that route, bro. Don't even worry about it with me. And I agree with you because I think that like alcohol is a drug, and I see people like completely destroy their lives just
Oh
on
yeah,
alcohol.
I see it every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like if you can do that, which is you know I would say, of course, like it's very difficult. I would say in as far as the data has shown us, it's a very hard thing to do, right?
Sure.
Um,
Right.
and,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
if you care about yourself, like just like eating healthy and anything like that, I would say, moderation is always preferred.
Hmm.
I personally don't, like would never go back to that stuff because I think mostly because I was using it as a crutch more than as a fun thing to do, like, and I think that's probably the worst thing you can do with any kind of drug or addiction is
Hmm.
when you use it as a crutch.
Sure.
So that's why for me it's like if you're using it as a crutch or you're trying to numb some pain and stuff like that, go get some help. Go see a psychiatrist. Go do whatever you got to do to get yourself out of it because you should never be doing something to like not face anything that you have to face.
Hmm. Yeah. Sure. And I'm kind of like you. I want my channel to be more like that as I go. But what I saw with the frauditors genre was an opportunity to kind of make a dent in something and develop a following. And I don't want to alienate people too soon by changing up the formula too soon. But I think as time goes, you'll see me branch out into different directions and hopefully retain the majority of my audience because really it's a platform for me to speak my mind. And I'm interested in things beyond frauditors. It's just finding a way to be
Absolutely.
entertaining and different, and that'll take a little time because I'm a newbie.
Oh yeah, of course. And dude, I am with you. But that's why, like that's another reason why I'm like around, like 90 subs and stuff like that and I'm not, like streamlining my stuff because I'm like I'm in this zone where like and if you ever check out the other lives, you'll see that I'm kind of just like trying to find that the group of people that kind of relate to me and how we can just kind of be like open with each other and talk honestly without having to like understand each other without having to have like an apologetic type of conversation afterwards. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
um I used to run a weed shop, and I used to have like like a group of people that I used to run with, and for a while there, I would say like a good 3-4 years, I felt like I was in a good space, like a good utopia where I didn't have to worry about my language, and I didn't have to worry that somebody was offending me or trying to offend me when they talked about something. We could have difference of opinions and different views, and it felt so freeing to have that, you know.
Yeah.
And then like just a few years came along, and some people decided to buy into some things and to buy into other things, and that little utopia that I was in got destroyed. And honestly, I can say that it got destroyed, like really. And I figured, you know what? The problem was, I think that I gave too much leeway and not enough pushback when these little ideas started coming in,
Hmm.
where you see them seeping in, and you're like, that's not how things work. That's not how things go. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it's like, but you want to be accepting. You want to be, like open to certain,
Yeah.
progressive thoughts. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But
Right.
at the same time, you gotta walk that fine line where it's like, you know what, some things just don't look right, like some things just don't look right, and it's okay to speak up against them. And you shouldn't always let, just because you want to be a part of the crowd, let the crowd run you over.
Yeah. They say go along to get along. And
Right.
yeah, but it's hard. It's hard to stand up, against people. And
It's difficult, man. It's difficult to be the one with the anti-opinion, right? It's very difficult to be that.
it's difficult to have an opinion, to state it, and be prepared to defend it. And as like a
Mm.
journalist, I really try to go down the middle on a lot of things. I really try to generally, like when I do the stuff locally in my hometown, I just try to be a uniting force. But um, with something like this, uh, I function as more of an agitator, and I'm going to have people who don't like that and people who come back at me. So it's all kind of new to me. And I'll say, like, because of the substance abuse and because of the journalism thing, there I have in the past been attacked at times. So I kind of know what it's like and was ready for it. The difference is, now in the last 5 years, I've changed my life. So I'm like much more prepared to take on any comers. Um,
Oh, yeah, that's
but
experience, my friend. That's
yeah,
experience.
but it'll be interesting to see, like I still am small enough to where I can read most of the comments, and I try to do my share of responding to them. Um, but like I said, yeah, I'm really excited. Once I saw that Amagansett Press noticed me and tried to shut me down so early, and once I
Yeah.
saw that there were people coming out making videos against me, um, that were trying to support Long Island audits, and I could see like that the channel was starting to get notice in the community. It's pretty inspiring. At that point, it's like, damn, I wish I had more time. I wish I didn't have to work this day or that day. This is like a child, It's like a
Right.
child that you're trying to grow. And I have other things like that. Like I write about, and no offense, my friend, like I'm holding some details back, just
No.
personally. In time, I expect to reveal everything and be just
What?
myself on camera.
Let me just, before you go on, let me just say this, okay?
Mhm.
As far as anonymity and anything that as far as your boundaries are concerned, you can 100% expect me to respect them, okay? Don't
Mhm.
even worry about it, okay? i
Yeah.
i have told people, and I've told plenty of the creators, and they know that I may poke and prod sometimes, because sometimes I'm like a kid with a new toy sometimes. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
I especially because like the field of study that I wanted to get into before like my craziness of my life went on, was anthropology. I really love studying about people.
Yeah, that's cool.
So sometimes I get excited when I meet a new person. So I may poke and prod or whatever. It's nothing like me trying to get into your business. It's just me being interested in who you are.
Yeah, and
And-
that's great. I just, like for the reason I said that is I'm about to reveal, and then I know in live streams I'll have to sort of explain this again maybe, but like I write about an NBA team, right? It's just there's a website out there. It's a national website,
that is
but
so fucking awesome.
I
Let me
don't
tell
get
you right
like
now.
I don't get a ton of views or page views or anything. Like it's my little piece of the pie is very, very small, but it's something I'm trying to grow also. Like it's another door that's opening to me that I'm hoping that I'm trying to get to the point where, yeah, just through writing and like YouTube content creation and stuff like that, where for the most part I can make ends meet. And I've always been a social worker and done things like that. And I always will find ways to do that sort of work, whether I'm on the clock or I'm volunteering. But at this point in my life, you know, as I get older and I'm just, it's like kind of like dreams that I put off. So in
Yeah, dude, I am
2023,
so,
this is the way to do it. It seems like.
dude, I am so like, right now, you don't know how happy you made me right now just by saying that you write for an NBA team because if I'm not even gonna mince anything, dude. Basketball is my sport of choice. It's my first love when it comes to sports and everything. Dude, I can tell you right now, like I am a plethora of NBA knowledge, and we could probably get into a conversation about NBA. Yeah,
Awesome.
dude, I'm look. You want to know how serious I am about basketball, dude? And let me tell you how serious I am about basketball, real quick, okay?
Sure. Yeah.
I live in Los Angeles, obviously. I told you I live in the West because I live in Los Angeles. So obviously, Laker.
I mean, are you Hispanic? I'm assuming, if that's the right word, Latino.
Oh, what are you trying to say? Eh?
You know what I mean? Am I right or am I wrong? I mean, I'm not trying to be offensive. I'm just Los Angeles.
Was it my accent, Holmes? What
You know?
was it that gave it away, Holmes?
Yeah, right. So, okay. So,
No, you're fine. You're
we're
fine.
on the
Yeah.
same page. Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually my when I do my really thick accent, is people seem to love it more.
Yeah, no, it's sweet. Hey, it is cool. Like I like it, and Frauditor Troll seems to have an accent, but I haven't pinned it down. And I don't spend all night worrying about it. But it's interesting with the people that like you don't really see, but you hear.
And I know we're leaving what I was trying to say, but just real quick, I notice accents, but I don't notice them, and that's probably has to do a lot with me living in LA than it does anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Because right here you will hit accents from everywhere, dude. Like it's like
Yeah.
you could go one side of town and you're in Mexico, and then you go to another side of town and you're in Russia. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
So I'm so used to it that I don't even notice it anymore. I even tell people like I got an accent.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's great. It's cool. So what are you, like a Lakers fan, Clippers fan?
Super Lakers fan.
Okay.
Super Lakers fan. Okay.
Man, it's so funny. If you knew the team, my team, you would be.
Yeah, I probably already know just by what you're saying, but
just one of your rivals, like not a current one so much, and I'll renounce the Celtics too. It's not them, but just one of the rivals you've had over the years.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. I'm thinking either somewhere, either Motor City or somewhere in East Coast, but thinking Motor City.
I'm gonna plead the fifth, but I'll just say, like, you're good, man. You're good.
Hey, dude, super Lakers fan, bro. Super Lakers fan, and the death of Kobe Bryant, dude, it devastated me, dude. Seriously, like, and I'm not even bushing you. Like, it devastated me so much that I didn't watch basketball for the past. Like, I barely started catching up to it like the last 2 seasons, because it really hit me hard.
Yeah,
and the funny thing is that like I didn't really think it would hit me that hard. Like you go about watching the NBA, you go about watching the season and stuff like that, and tragedies like that. I mean, when they do happen, they're like really like on the, guys that are falling off, or like they've done, like they're not, in the league, or anything like that. But when it's somebody like Kobe Bryant, it was like
there's nothing like that. There's nothing.
Yeah,
there's never been something like that.
That was like
Kobe
absolutely
could have still at that point gotten on the court and dropped 40. Even having been retired for 3 years, he could have gone out there and scored 40 points on any given night. The thing is, you get older, your body just doesn't recover. You can't do that 82 times a year. That's all it is. Although LeBron is showing up, proving otherwise. But
LeBron is something else.
That's just that's the combination of science improving,
Yeah.
athletic trainers knowing what they're doing, teams putting an emphasis on it, and
Yep.
LeBron just being a freak of nature. So
surgery is getting better. Like the perfection of surgery, stuff like that. It's just amazing. And dude, I am. To be honest with you, and as much as I am a Laker fan, I also kind of felt a little bit of a price thing when we got that championship with LeBron. Like I was like, like it's not that like I don't appreciate him as a player.
Mm-hmm.
But there's something about like, I don't know, maybe it's my Laker pride, maybe it's the fact that like Kobe was my guy, or maybe it's because LeBron was one of his rivals and stuff like that. I don't know, or I'm just old school in the way that I think. It's like if Michael Jordan would have came on to the Lakers, and I know I drive people nuts when I say this, but if Michael Jordan would have came in to the Lakers, like say right after he had the last three-peat, right?
Mm-hmm.
He would have came in and had like 2 years with the Lakers, and he would have won one championship. I would have felt kind of sticky and ugly about that one. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Well, you got an organization that can just they're always going to attract that elite talent. It's like the Yankees, or that's just kind of what it is. So I understand what you're saying. I can appreciate that. It's not the same as watching a Magic Johnson play his whole career and win 5 or something like that, or even Kobe win 3, or 5, I mean, and then including Shaq, So it was different.
It was no, and I'll tell you, dude. A lot of people don't get it, but the Kobe Shaq three-peat, like those championships were a big, different team from what the the two-time champion, Lakers that were Kobe and Pau Gasol. It's like
Pau Gasol, yeah.
Those teams are just way built different, like just a way different monster. I mean, even Kobe was a different type of player on both of those teams.
Yeah,
it's crazy, but I appreciate it. I mean, when I started watching the Lakers, like when I could remember watching the Lakers, because I do. My uncle has pictures of me at the Great Western Forum when they were when I was like, I think maybe like 4 or 5. Like maybe I want to say 4.
You and Dr. Bus having a cigar in the picture.
I wish.
Yeah, right?
No, I was just playing with Jack Nicklaus's hair.
Yeah, exactly.
No, he has some pictures of me when I don't remember those games, but I do remember my very, very, very first game that I watched on TV, and it was 1991 season, preseason, and I think Magic Johnson was talking about having a comeback. They were having like he did a couple preseason games, and I remember it was a big deal. I remember this. Yeah, and I didn't know why it was a big deal, right? Because I just know that my family loves the Lakers, huh?
It was because of the HIV, really.
Right. Yeah. And then I remember he played a couple of games in the preseason, but he ended up not playing the season because I guess people were getting scared, or the famous Karl Malone. Yeah.
People spoke out, and Magic was already satisfied with he had his 5 titles, and he's at that point. In the mid 90s, nearly a 35-year-old man. There weren't that many guys really playing at that point, at that age. So he just, I think, was accepting. He was interested in business. He was interested in just keeping his health, and he probably had a whole new outlook on life at that point, and just trying to live every day. And
I do feel since he did play on that dream team that year, and he also played the All-Star game.
Mm-hmm. Well, the All-Star game was sweet. I remember because he hit a 3, and there was still time on the clock, but they just stopped the game. They just were like, "That's perfect way to end it."
Yeah, that's so cool. They don't do things like that no more, huh?
No, that's cool. I grew up in that era, so I remember it really well.
Oh, hang on. Let me go ahead and school you on something on the live streams real quick, because you know what? I just noticed it, and because I've been, like me and you have been having some really good conversation here, and I'm I'm here right now, like, in utopia, because I love having these conversations. But I forgot that there is a way you can see the chat while you're here. So if you were to go to the comment section,
Oh
hey,
yeah,
Dummy Kruger, what's up, man? Uh,
yeah, right on.
you,
Yeah, I
you did,
see that we've had some. Yeah.
okay, so yeah, so if you hit the comments, you're gonna see the chat. Well, what you would see on, like, if you were on the live, you were gonna see the comments.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Yeah,
it's,
I see
yeah,
P Barnes.
yep. And you see Dummy Kruger right there.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. What's
Yeah,
up,
that's,
guys? Yeah.
yeah, that's my buddy right there, man. That
Yeah. Very cool. So Demi Kruger, like I said, yeah, he's got. I'm aware. Like he's on my radar. I was before he joined the chat. We were talking about how I watched more back in the day, but I have a couple jobs. I have a kid. Now most of my time goes into content creation, but I am paying attention and seeing other channels out there that I think do good work. And at some point, I'm determined to kind of watch them more to see what I can learn and also to network. Like, and Dummy Kruger is definitely one that was on my radar. So it's cool to see him in the chat.
Well, let me tell you something. Dummy Kruger will feel your pain when it comes to having a kid and everything, because he tells me all the time when I'm trying. Dude, I have been trying to get him on a live forever. Let me tell you, I've given him all kinds of incentives. I have told him I will buy
I
you
should
a
have
new
held out.
Ferrari.
I should have. Yeah, I should have held out and negotiated. It sounds like. But then again, I'm not. I'm
The
not a
Ferrari's
Dummy
not going to
Kruger
happen.
though. I'm not on his level though. So
The
I'm
Ferrari's not
sure
going to
he.
happen. It's just
Right.
Well, he will feel your pain on all that, man. He is a family man. He works very hard, and
Okay, that's awesome.
he also gives this as much time as he can.
Yeah.
But he's just like you, man. A very stand-up guy. And I'll tell you something, dude. Something that I noticed about all of you guys, almost every single one of the creators that are working on YouTube, you guys are hardworking guys. They're like, really, you guys really are. I mean, you guys
Yeah.
put in a lot of work, not just in the frauditor videos, but in your regular life. And I admire that. I really do.
I appreciate that. It's more work than I think people realize, right? Like when you first sit down to do a video, you're like, oh my God, I just spent 4 hours and this is such a piece of shit. Like, I don't know if I can really do that. And now when I make them, I'm still like, oh, what a piece of shit. But at least it only takes me like 35, 40 minutes now. So like, I'm improving in different ways. And I think the channel will get there. But how
Well,
many subs does Dummy have? I know he's up there. I know he's got a few thousand.
I think he's getting. I think he's past the 5. I think he's past the 5. I think he's on the other side of 5, but I don't think he's up to about 8, or he could be at 8. He's somewhere on there.
Hopefully, you'll throw an answer in there because, hey, thank you, Barnes, for signing up. I appreciate that.
I'm sure he's going to hit the 10,000 anytime soon. I mean, if he hasn't, I mean, to be honest with you, I'm not even going to lie. Like when I love a content creator, I'm not even paying attention to subs or anything like that. I'm just watching their stuff, and it's always fun to me when, like I'm telling you, like I saw Tones. I mean, like I said, Dummy, I didn't really catch him until he was already like in the 3K or 2K.
Mm-hmm.
But it's always fun to me to go back into chats, go back into comments, and remember when it was only like 10 comments, when it was only like 5 people on the chat, or like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now it's like
this will be on your channel, right? This is gonna like save to it or no?
Yeah. This will be on there, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, I especially love to keep the ones that are like I think like, and again, if you go back and see my lives, I've said it before, I really don't care if it's only like one person that sees this after this or whatever, or if it's 20, whatever, it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, no, you do a good job, and like I said, it's very motivating. And I think for me, for so long in my life, like I wanted to make like Star Wars, right? I wanted to be George Lucas, or not that I wanted to be a director necessarily, but I just wanted to make something entertaining and incredible. And I realized at some point you just got to start making
Doing.
you,
You got to
yeah,
start doing.
yeah, or you're never going to get there. And
Yep.
so I'm actually super happy with how it's gone. Can I take the? I see a question here. Should I grab that, Jerry? About
You go ahead, man. You see,
yeah, what?
as a matter of fact, I was gonna tell you, man. I feel so rude that I looked at the chat and I was all like, oh crap. P Barnes has just been asking question after question.
Yeah, I didn't notice, but yeah, that's cool. I didn't have it up either. Then I clicked on it, but yeah. So the reason I got into making videos on frauditors, I don't know. Most people, as far as I know, are frauditor troll fans. I'm sure he has his haters, but that's what got my attention. And it was about a year ago when I started watching the channel. Like it was maybe a couple months into his journey, and I was surprised by how many of the videos I would watch. Like I just like YouTube. I don't really watch TV, but I'll get on there and I'll watch YouTube, and I'll watch whatever, some ESPN highlights, and then I'll jump to something else. But I liked the channel, and I just started to think, and I had been looking for a way to get into YouTube, a way to make a dent. And as I watched his work and started kind of taking some notes on it, thinking about it, I thought to myself, that looks fun to me, and I bet I could do it. And the fun part is important because you have to be. I knew I would have to be committed to it. I knew I would have to like continue to work at it. I'm not quite at the point where I've got one out every day, but I'm putting about 4 to 5 a week out now. And my goal is once I start April, my goal will be to have one every day. And then again, just keep working harder on them and go from there. But
Dude, did you play sports when you were a kid or something?
when I was a kid, yeah, baseball and basketball in particular. And then
You got that. You speak my language, dude. It's like goals and yeah.
yeah, definitely. That's what I was. I was a sports kid, and not like other kids you would see were more musically inclined, maybe, right? That type of kid. But I was always more of a paid attention to sports.
I mean, well, I mean, my sports were football and basketball.
Mhm.
More basketball, but I did football because of my size and my school. Well, especially like Hispanic school. It was very difficult to get a Mexican that was 6'3". You know what I mean? So,
Oh yeah!
yeah.
Wow! You're tall. You're
Oh yeah,
taller
dude.
than me, and not many people are. I'm like in the 95th percentile at my height. So, yeah, you're
Yeah,
tall dude.
it dude. I was on my way, man. I was on my way. I was I was I wasn't as good as I was in basketball than I was in football. And football I was still learning because I took it up really late in my life, but I was getting more recruitment from football than I was from basketball.
Really?
So I actually had a scholarship plan and everything. Yeah, I tore my trapezius muscle doing training for one of the schools that I was going to go to, and that was the end of everything.
Yeah. I wish I could say I was that good. I don't, I didn't play a whole lot in high school because, part of my story is I got into drugs pretty young. By 14, when I look back, I would say I already was acting like an addict, even though it was mostly just like alcohol and weed, LSD. But so I kind of went in that direction. But I was a kid. I was a good baseball player. I was a shortstop. I could hit. I could, hit for power. I was fast. I think if I had stayed with it, maybe I could have gotten to that level. Basketball, I'm just like one of those guys who like I'm good, but I'm not like I would have not even been a starter on my high school team, but I still love to do it. My high school team, actually, I lived in Mississippi briefly, and my team was sweet. We were lost in the state championship my senior year, but those were like the guys when I was in high school I was playing with, like just street ball kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I got pretty good.
Street ball's the best.
Yeah, I played good, but I've always, I have my son playing sports now too. I think there's a lot of value in it,
Oh
and it's not
yeah.
for everybody, but
I don't think like as far as like being excelling in it or like finding some sort of career, but I think it's good for people to be in sports, like even if it's not like something crazy like 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 basketball, like just like
mhm.
a little volleyball team or you know what I mean, a
Yeah,
field hockey, something like
yeah,
something where you get that because like the way you talk, it's like I understand it. Like I completely understand it because that's
yeah,
the
the
way I am.
language, yeah,
Yeah,
right on. Yeah.
it's exactly how I am. Like I don't see things, like very, like I don't see things huge. You know what I mean? Like if you told me, hey, let's go do this or let's go do that, right? I don't see it as, like, oh my gosh, we're gonna go take on this big task, right? I see it as, okay, where's the first step? And what do I
Mhm.
gotta do to
Yeah.
accomplish the first step? And then after that, what do we gotta do after that? You know what I mean?
Yep. Yep.
Because that's kind of how you see it in sports. Is like you can look at it as the end of what everybody's at, playing the game and knowing all the rules and everything.
Mhm.
But that if you go to practice and you do all the hell's weeks and like the different types of training sessions, weight sessions and stuff like that, you understand that putting that all together is what makes that final player.
Right.
So it
All
that's
the
kind of,
little things.
yeah, that's kind of how I see things. And so when you
Yeah.
said, like my thought is to have so many, videos out there because that's my goal and stuff like that. That's the way I talk. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And so
Mhm.
it's like, oh man, I can
Well,
really
I
relate
think
to that.
I'm so like I think I want to be successful with this because it's more to me than just a YouTube channel. It's more to me than just a frauditor specifically YouTube channel. Um, that's definitely my concentration right now, but I, I want to be successful. So there's a competitive side of me that is I don't feel right. And again, the addict in me comes out too. Like I don't feel right now if I go to bed having not put out a video. So even, like I think quality is important, but I think in order to have the quality, sometimes the quantity sometimes comes first, right? Just
Right.
getting the reps in, practicing the free throws,
Yeah, exactly.
all that kind of
Exactly.
stuff. So
Exactly.
that's where I'm at. That's I'm just trying to put them out there. And I have noticed, and my son has said this, which I appreciate. There's a few things I've noticed maybe in the last 5 to 10 videos, and I feel like when I'm doing the voiceovers, I feel that I'm less self-conscious. Like I'm not thinking about it as much. It's just I'm letting it flow out of me. So I think it comes across more natural. I feel more natural on the mic. Then the other thing is, along with that, like I said, that's very encouraging. Is I'm starting to get those comments where I see that I'm developing a fan base because the subscribers, it's just a number. Like they're important. The metrics matter. You got to pay attention to them because they help guide you.
Yeah.
There's certain goals you have to, you kind of have to reach depending on what your biggest goals are. But
Yeah.
those comments mean a lot to me. So like you reaching out to me, wanting to do this meant a lot to me. People saying to me that they like, just are agreeing with what I'm saying, nodding along with me, thinking the same thoughts, and just taking time to type something to offer that support means a lot to me. So that I'm hungry for that when I put something out. I'm excited to see that. I'm hoping to please the people. So
I would say your interactions, everything that you had. This is exactly why like when we were having like our small chats in the comment section, I was like, dude, I gotta invite this guy to do a live because you respond and it's like you take in the information, you take whatever like whatever's being told to you. You see it for what it is, and you respond properly. Like like you're not just you're not just whole humming it, and that's appreciated on the other side too. You know what I mean?
I
Because
hope so.
well, I'm letting you know, like it's really appreciated on my side because I'm giving you, I'm I'm not trying to give you anything. Yeah, I'm like I said, I feel like you know enough. I'm not even gonna say that I have anything to show or anything like that. But I do like to like tell people when I think they're doing really good, because I kind of feel like so far I've had a knack for knowing, like, you know, like, "Damn, this guy feels good, you know, like this guy feels good over here, you know." And
Mm-hmm.
so I whenever I feel it, like the same way I do, and that's why I brought up the names like Dummy Kruger, like Tones, you know, like when I talk to you, because it's like I can feel that same energy, you know, and
Yeah,
it's good, you know,
I
it's really
appreciate
good.
that. I appreciate that. Hey, I see they're jumping on you for not reading the chat.
Guys, I'm I'm a kid with a new toy here. I'm sorry, guys, and let me apologize big time, because I'm gonna get killed. Miss Mandy is in the chat. I love you, Miss Mandy. Please don't hurt me. Miss Mandy is the sweetest person you'll ever meet. If you ever need anybody to help you out with, like, you know, a live as well, or anything that you need, as far as, like, you know, any kind of like tech stuff or anything like that, Miss Mandy will help you out. She is one of the
Okay.
most helpful people, one of the nicest people you'll meet. And, you know, like, she is one of the best. Once you get a live, you got to make her a moderator, because she is one of the most fair and most best people to have as a moderator as well.
Yeah, I
Uh,
think she was asking to come on, but I'll have to keep that in mind anyway, regardless.
and I'm sorry I missed that. I missed that, Miss Mandy. I am, like, right now, I'm just like, I'm definitely, like, you know, like, completely enamored with Professor Crack over here. And it's funny that I said that out loud, Professor Crack. But you know, I'm just really, like, you know, like, I'm having a good time. I really enjoy this conversation. I think we're very simpatico, my friend. I'm just gonna put that out there. I'm not saying that, you know, like, we won't, you know, argue in other situations, but right now I feel very, very much like, you know, like, we're on the same wavelength.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree, and I appreciate it. And
Miss Mandy, of
yeah,
course.
yeah,
Give me 1 second. Let me put the. Hang on, real quick.
sure.
Because. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay. I don't, Miss Mandy. I thought I did. I swear, I thought I did.
I
Maybe it's
wonder.
because
I'm wondering if she's aware of my channel or not. I mean,
I would think
if
so.
she's if
Miss
she's just
Mandy's very
here.
up on Miss Mandy's very up on a lot of the channels. There's the link, Miss Mandy, if you want to come up. And let me fix that moderator situation real quick. Uh, I think I can do it now, because I actually got a new device that was better than the one that I had before, so I should be able to do it now.
You know what? Why we have this kind of pause? I didn't ask you. It says the forgiven Jerry, but I'm assuming Jerry is good enough, right? And you mentioned Professor Crack, and it doesn't matter to me what you call me, but um, it's I set aside to like about 3:30. I know we got a late start, so I got to bounce at about 3:30, unfortunately, to do some stuff with my kid. But like we were saying before, hopefully this week we can do another, and we can have it promoted on
Oh,
both our
brother,
channels.
please do not
Yeah,
do not apologize for life, man. Please do not apologize for life. If you need to go, you need to go. I won't hate you for it. I appreciate that you've given me so much time, and that we've been able to learn so much about each other. I'm
yeah.
like,
No, it's
dude,
been a great talk. It's a
I
great talk, and we still got 10 minutes. So, you kind of you kind of giggled when you said Professor Crack out loud, and I'll say the whole branding of that comes from, and hey, Miss Mandy, the whole branding of that comes from, frankly, it like rappers, like rap handles, right? Like, Dr. Dre,
I
whatever.
got you.
So for years and years, because I'm a writer, I never necessarily wanted to be on a mic, but it would have been a dream of mine to be a ghostwriter. So I kind of always had that in the back of my head as sort of a brand that maybe one day, and that's where that came from. So, hi, Miss Mandy. Is she?
Hi. I just wanted to tell Professor Crack something actually.
Oh, okay.
You had mentioned something about when you go to bed at night, you feel bad about putting out a video. That just shows drive and passion. And you were absolutely right about putting out videos faster,
Hmm.
and the quality will come later.
Yeah.
So work on your speed first, and your
Hmm.
quality will come afterwards.
Yeah, I think so. Like I say I do. So want my full-time job, and I give little hints about someday someone will crack the code about my secret identity, and I will be fine with it when it happens. I'll probably feel relief. Maybe someday I'll get to do a big reveal, but my full-time job, I do street outreach for the homeless. And
It's
then I have
awesome.
another part-time job that's kind of along the lines of being in the recovery community. So I'm a busy person, but I'm hoping, like people say all the time, oh, you just want to make money. You just want to make money. And it's like, well,
What's wrong with
it's
that?
not just about that. I'm a creative person who needs a creative outlet. But yeah, if I could make a few dollars and quit my part-time job, then I could give a better effort at YouTube. You know what I mean? So like I look at it as a business. If I do start to profit from it, then I can reinvest in it and hopefully build something much, much better than I've built so far.
I never have
Facts.
gotten that you just want to make money thing. Yeah, I don't see a problem with that. I don't see a problem with making a little bit of money because you're not going to be a millionaire off of YouTube. I hate to break that on to
Right.
people. You're not going to make thousands of dollars off of YouTube, at least not in this genre.
Right.
And Dummy Kruger's in the chat. I'm sure he can attest to that. You're just not going to make a lot of money in this genre. You're just not,
Right.
and
And
that's why
and
people are leaving it and whatnot. You just can't.
what? Well, and dude, I couldn't have said it best. Like you're speaking my heart right now. You're speaking my soul when you said that. Like I'm the same way, dude. I just need an outlet. I really don't. It really does not make any difference to me what like what numbers are, anything like that. It's like I just really just want to have fun putting my voice out there, really,
Hmm.
and that's the God honest truth. Like
Hmm.
I really don't like to be I don't like to be fake about the things that I say, and I could never find the words that could explain what exactly I want to do. But you said it. You said it exactly the way I think it. That's exactly
Yeah.
what I've been thinking this whole time. It's like I just I just want to have a little moment. That's all. It has
Yeah.
nothing to do with like if like
It's
Miss Mandy
really,
said, if money
really
if money
fun.
comes, cool, whatever. Yeah.
It's really, really fun to interact with so many people. When uh, the coronavirus thing type first kind of hit, I was doing a lot of meetings at that point in my life, right? 12-step meetings. And
Mm-hmm.
so, like everything else, that shifted to Zoom. The thing that was cool about that was I didn't do anything local. I was like, well, let me see what people sound like at a 12-step meeting in Brooklyn, or let me see what they sound like in Houston or Australia or that kind of thing. And that's one of the beauties of YouTube is like, you don't really know who you're going to interact with, but the possibility, that the endless possibility that's presented it's enticing. It just makes you want to get out there and yeah, just create things and talk to people.
Oh yeah, and in this community, you're gonna find that there are people from all walks of life. Pete Barnes down there,
Oh yeah.
what do you tell me? He's an Asian man who's Indian who lives in Scotland. There
I've got some Scottish heritage, Scottish
you
descent.
go.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
right
that
on.
dude, you're gonna find so many interesting people in this community. Once you start doing your lives, there's just like a plethora of like just interesting people. This is why I get so excited. This is another reason why I always wanted to do like my lives and get into chats and stuff like that, is because it's just so many interesting people. Like it's so
Mhm.
fun. It's so fun
Yeah,
once you start getting to know them.
yeah, it really is. It's a lot of fun, and Yeah, I can't wait to get rolling. I have high hopes. Like, no, I don't expect to be a millionaire or a thousandaire. I don't need to be. But I do have high hopes for the channel. I think,
What's your channel name?
right now it's called it says, yeah, so I'm kind of double branding. It's called the Idiopathic Truth with Professor Crack. I'm pushing almost two brands that eventually could become separate in a way. So
It may be.
it's
It
a
may be.
little wordy.
Yeah, it is a little wordy. I was about to say it might. You might lose some people with the whole idiopathic thing. I mean, I know like especially the frauditors. I'm pretty sure they're like what's he trying to say? What's he trying to say?
Yeah. The idiopathic truth really stems from struggles, my substance abuse journey, and then some of the journalism I've done on that topic. I was a columnist on that topic, and just wanting, pardon?
I said it comes right up though.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It does though.
Actually.
It does though.
It does have that going for it. Is I do feel like, if I had just put my normal name out there, that's not as memorable as Professor Crack. Like, I do feel like it stands out, even though it's a mouthful. There's nothing quite like it that I don't think is out there. I think my logo's kind of different.
Your logo is definitely it's different, and it's also a challenge because when I was trying to make a thumbnail, I could not make a thumbnail out of your logo. Do you have like a watermark on it or something?
No. And I have to spend some time with my graphic designer. He did that for me about a year or so ago. And I have trouble with it too when it comes to like trying to make it like remove the background, that kind of stuff. It's not cooperative. And so I want to sit down with him and see if we can adjust it a little bit so that it becomes more translatable.
But or at least you could have like maybe like a sticker version of it, because like if you see my other thumbnails that I created, I have one where with corrections where I got both of our avatars and I put them together. It's kind of trying to do the same thing, but your logo was not having it.
Yeah, I didn't even see that. I'll have to take a look, but yeah, it's finicky. So, just one of those things you learn, though. The guy who did it is the director of the Downtown Development Authority in my town, and I have an office in a little building downtown, and he's in it, and he's just a good guy. I liked him a lot. We became friends, and when I saw some of his work, I was like, oh man. So I have this idea, and it's tough to be like, so picture a skull, but like an alien skull, and you see like half the skull, but like half the skin, but then the skin is like, you know what I mean? And you did a pretty good job for all the.
You're describing every tattoo artist's nightmare.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So. I thought I did great actually. So I was very happy.
Well, I mean, I don't know if you're hard up on if you got a hard out on your time, or you want to keep going just for a little bit more, or how you feel?
Yeah, I got maybe like 5 more minutes, and then I have to jump in the car and get out of here. But
I'm gonna hop down. I just wanted to speak for a second and.
Thank you, Miss Mandy.
A little bit of advice. Bye, guys.
Yeah, thank
you.
Nice
thank you for coming around.
For the advice.
Thank you for coming for the first time here. I love you, Miss Mandy.
Oh, love you too.
Aw, this is sweet. I'm glad. Like my first StreamYard experience was so pleasant. I'll tell you, like these frauditors, and we haven't really even talked about them that much. So
I'm actually kind of glad.
Actually, yeah, right. But when we do the next one, then maybe we can get into them a little bit, because man, they are assholes, right? These people, some of them are just lunatics, and the way they treat people, you got to like be careful when you watch too much of this stuff, because it's grimy, and you got to like shake it off of you. It's I can't. It's so.
Dude, I absolutely like. Let me tell you, when the first few like videos that I got into, like when I first like found SGV and I first found Aselmo and stuff like that. I kid you not, dude. Like I felt like I was going crazy. Like I thought I was literally going crazy because this is before I found the anti-frauditor community, right?
Mhm.
So when you're just in their space and you're watching their supporters and you're just like this doesn't make sense. This is not is this reality? Is it like, are people this entitled? Or like, what is going on? Like I really almost lost it until I found Schrodinger's cat. When I found Schrodinger's cat,
Mhm.
and which led me to, like all the other anti-frauditor people, it was like a breath of fresh air. I felt like I was so relieved. And ever since I found the anti-frauditor community, I have not seen a video on an original channel since. I can't.
Yeah, right.
I will go into their comment sections. Like I'll watch something and then go into their comment section, but
Mhm.
I have not watched a YouTube video of theirs original. Like
Right. You just watch the kind of stuff like I put out. Then I'm assuming is what you're saying. Right?
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. When you parse through this, it's just like you really do sometimes want to take action yourself. Like, oh my God, dude, the way you're speaking to this poor little woman, like what I
Yeah,
wouldn't do to be there right now so I could defend her,
yeah.
it's crazy. And like, you get desensitized a little bit actually, but there are even now there's still moments that I have very like strong emotional reactions where I just think like, wow, and I hate to say stuff like this. Like, I hate to call people trash. I hate to say a human being is garbage. I'm like agnostic. I don't really know. I don't have faith per se, but my father was a preacher, and I'm just. It is what it is. But like, I think every human being can be like something beautiful, and everybody can change. And I hate to tear people apart, but man, this genre really introduces you to people who are just not there. They got some
We're
blown
probably
fuses.
we probably got the same views on that. But I would say because I was torn down to get rebuilt. I don't have a problem with tearing people down. I
I
just
see
I
what you
just
mean.
I just don't I just like the one thing I can't stand is people who just will not they simply like do so many like mental gymnastics that they won't come to the same conclusion. They just won't follow you there, and it's like
Mm-hmm.
that type of mentality just frustrates me to no end because
Mm-hmm.
it's like you say you want to meet me somewhere, right? You say you want to walk, like where me and you can meet, like on
Meet
this
in the middle,
bridge,
have a
right?
discussion. Yeah,
Yeah, but you don't,
you
you
don't.
don't,
It's
and
not a
and
good faith
yeah,
effort on your part, and that is frustrating to me too. But what I think for me, what bothers me more than any violation of the Constitution or anything else is the golden rule. It's just the
hmm
golden rule, man. Treat people like you want to be treated. And when I see
that's
these
what they don't
guys who
get.
they think, like whatever the end justifies the means, I guess. I'm not sure, but uh, it's it's disgusting. And I just, oh man, I,
Yeah,
I I'm getting more and more like, frankly, as you learn the different individuals, you get more familiar with them. I'm getting like I'm really starting to enjoy going at them. Like I said, I'm loosening up on the mic in the last 5 to 10 videos. I'm getting more comfortable. I'm trying to do an Amagansett press one today, and
oh,
I can't wait.
I'm against impress. To me, honestly, the only thing I don't like about his videos is how much he goes after weak targets. Like
Mm-hmm.
I really hate how he
A
looks for weak
hundred percent.
targets.
Yeah, you're not in LA. You're not
Yeah,
in you're in Beverly Hills. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
you're not in Detroit. You're in Auburn Hills. Like,
yeah,
yeah, they go where they know they can intimidate people. And yeah, it's so easy to see through these guys.
Yeah, that's
I do wonder, like, what, some of these guys, like Amagensa, he has a big following, and I do wonder how much that guy makes, because he's basically selling his soul to the devil, and it makes me wonder what the price tag was. What amount of money convinced you it was okay to just start treating people like shit,
Well, he does. According to from like what I've heard around, I'm not 100% sure of this, but he has a paparazzi background, so maybe he's been selling his soul a lot longer.
That's interesting. So,
yeah. So yeah, I mean, paparazzis. And I'm not even gonna say that all of them are shitty, but most of them are pretty shitty people.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no doubt. I mean, that's how it comes across. So yeah, absolutely, no question about it.
Yeah, but yeah,
just like, who decides that's what I want to do? I want to take pictures of Johnny Depp when he's drunk and disheveled and not interested in speaking to me. Like, why is that your career goal?
Yeah, no, and even worse, like when he's like in the middle of having a dispute, like of something that's going on with his kid, you know what I mean? And he said, he's trying to tell and I swear to God, I've seen this like in real life, like I've seen this, not Johnny Depp, but the guy that came out in The Dark Knight, he's shoot, why am I blanking on his name right now? He wasn't Batman. He was like a younger kid, but he came out in the Christopher Nolan one. I'll remember his name. Well, this kid, he's still alive. He's not
the one who played Batman.
Not the one that played Batman. Not
Robert Pattinson.
He's like a younger guy. I'm so blanking on his name right now. Gordon Levitt.
Okay. Oh, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, I think.
Something like that. Yeah. Okay. That guy. I was doing security for an event that was going on, like some fashion event. I was doing security.
Mm-hmm. He was 3 Forgiven Jerry doing some security. I can see it.
That's good. And so he's coming out, and he's obviously in distress. Like, he's having a conversation. Something personal is happening, and these guys are following him with the camera. So he stops, right, and he turns to these paparazzi guys, and he tells them, "Hey, look, guys, I'll give you guys some pictures right now. I'm talking to somebody personally. Please, just give me like a little space, and I'll come back to you, and I'll take some pictures with you guys. Please, just give me 1 second.
Give me some time, and then in exchange, I'll give you some time too."
Yeah, exactly. And so as he's walking away, one of them just does not get it. He's still like on top of him, right? And I'm in a post where I can't walk away from my post. Like I can't leave the post. But this guy is just annoying him, and he's telling him, "Dude, just like back up, please." And he's looking for, I guess he was probably calling Uber or something. I don't know. He was just looking for like something to come along, right? Something to save him, because this dude is just like not leaving him alone.
Right.
And so I was just like, you know what? Screw this. I'm at my post. I don't care. Like this dude's being bothered. So I walk up to the paparazzi guy, and I'm like, "Dude, what's your problem, man?" Like he said leave him alone.
Right.
And you know what? This is how much a piece of shit the camera guy was, and how much of a piece of shit the actor wasn't. That when I told him, like, "Hey, back up, dude, like relax, and I like kind of pushed him a little bit, that dude was still trying to like take pictures over my head. Like he's not like Anselmo or DMA, where they're like, whoa, right? He was just like, he was getting pushed, but he was still trying to take pictures of him, right? Mm-hmm. And so the actor touches me on the shoulder, and he goes, "Hey, dude," he's like, don't, it's not for all of that, dude. If he doesn't want to leave me alone, just as long as he doesn't touch me, it's cool. Right. I was all like, "For real, man?" I was all like, "Because you seem bothered, bro." And he's all like, "Nah, it's all right, man. It's all right." I'm all like, "Dude."
Probably like, used to it, unfortunately.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is like, nobody should be used to that. You know what I'm saying?
No.
That's just should. Yeah, and well, if I'm Against the Press comes from that background, no wonder it's easy for him to like be a dickhead.
He is who he is, right?
Yeah.
Well, hey, I appreciate it. I'm gonna bounce, but I appreciate you forgiving Jerry. I appreciate everybody in the chat, truly, every individual.
This has been nice, man. I appreciate it too, bro. I appreciate you more than probably you the other way around, because I don't know, dude. I had such a great time. I wasn't expecting this. I actually, dude, whenever you want to do this again, let me know. I
Yeah,
will
we'll
be
do it
there.
again soon. Like let me. I normally sit down on Mondays and kind of plan out the week. Let me do that and see when we can find a slot, because yeah, I'd love to, like you said, if we can simulcast it. I've been wanting to do one off my channel, and I would love to do it with somebody. So, and we have a good rapport, so that would be perfect.
Sure.
So, very exciting.
I hope. Were you able to get my email? By the way, I know I left it in the comments somewhere.
Your email address. I don't know that I did or didn't. Why don't you give it to me right now? Or
Sure.
are you uncomfortable? Is that okay?
No, don't worry. There's a thing called private chat. You see, you got the chat, and right now I'll pop it up.
Okay. You see what I'm learning? This is what I'm saying, man. I can learn so much still from like the audience and the people I come across. So, all right. Oh, I see. Okay. Let me pop it in to mine right now. Of course, it's got to be all crazy and complicated.
You're a journalist. You're a real journalist.
Gotta go back and forth from screen to screen 8 times to get it just right. But I think I got it. All right. Oh, yeah. I must have got it right because your logo popped up. So I'm going to send you an email right now. And then, yeah, we can start to communicate that way, and we'll come up with a live stream, and hopefully your audience will rejoin us, and hopefully we'll see how my audience feels about live streams too. So that'll be an interesting experience for me, a good test. Oh, did I lose you?
What you kick me out for?
Did I kick you out?
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. I was trying to like catch up with my chat, but I pressed. There's a deceptive little X that's gonna pop up. Don't ever push that X because it'll kick you off of the stream.
Okay, good to know. All right, good to know. So yeah, hey, Barnes and Out There Associates, Terry Barnes, all you guys, I appreciate it. Hopefully you guys will join me and Jerry either this week or next, whenever we set up the duo live stream. It'll be probably, we were talking in the evening, so something like 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific.
Yeah,
and,
dude. The evening is I'm even more open in the evening than I am in the day. So you let me know. I'm on your time. I got you.
Okay. All right. I appreciate it. It's been a pleasure. Thank you, Jerry.
Thank you, man. Have a nice rest of your Sunday and good start to your week.
All right. You too. You too. Take care.
Take it easy, bud.
Bye.
All right, guys. There he goes. That's Professor Crack. Professor Crack. If you haven't subbed, go ahead and sub. Wow. I can't believe what a great conversation I just had. I think I made a new friend. Guys. Thanks, guys. Thanks for showing up. P. Barnes, Out There Associates. It's nice to see you again, bud. I've been missing you. If anybody's heard anything about Jimbo, please let me be the first to know. I want to see Jimbo. Terry Barnes, thank you for showing up. Miss Mandy, everybody that showed up today. This has been a great conversation. Dummy Kruger, how could I forget? This has been a great conversation. I love it. This is what I do it for. This is what Mr. Jerry does it for conversations like this. P. Barnes, you were the first one here, and I thank you so much, my friend. Wow, I don't really have anything else to give. That was good. Hope you guys have a good Sunday, and see you guys around in the chats, huh?